Good evening and welcome to Watertown High School. Steve Witterhack with you, along with Randy Arm. Going to bring you some Waupun Lady Warrior basketball. And the Lady Warriors are taking on the Bonduel Bears tonight, an unusual opponent. I don't know if I've ever did a game where the Bonduel was a team that I was playing against a team I was covering, but that's exactly the situation here tonight at Watertown High School. A great venue, a great place to call the game from. We're up in the rafters right at center court watching the game, and it's always fun to watch the Lady Warriors play. They're having a great season so far.
Yeah, they're having an exceptional season, and hopefully we don't have a little bit of a holiday Christmas lag at all here and being off, and a little bit of illness on this team. And then, the holidays, it always worried me as a coach that kids are going to be a little bit off, not in their normal routines and not going to school and all that. So I think this team is good enough to overcome any of that, and they just like the game, so I'm very confident they're going to play well tonight.
Yeah, they're just they have not disappointed us one time out of the 3 or 4 games that we've called so far. Really look every bit the number 1 ranked team in Division III. They're sitting at 9-0 on the season right now. They're 5-0, and in first place, Kewaskum hasn't lost either yet, the Indians, up till this point. So that'll be a great game coming up on the 7th. When Waupun takes them on in conference play, but that's going to be a great game. But this should be an interesting game. Bonduel, they're sitting at 6-1 on the season, coached by Jerry Reinke for the Bears over there. We'll see what they've got here tonight, playing up in that north and eastern part of the state up there, and the kind of competition that they get up there, and we'll find out. Waupun showed that they're ready for another ranked team kind of up in that direction when they knocked off Wrightstown, the number 4 ranked team at that time, blew them off the court in that last contest, 71-38, and moved them down to the rankings about 4 or 5 slots, too.
I know Wrightstown, they were missing a couple of their better players that night, so not a true test, but certainly interesting again, playing a Northern Wisconsin team here that has a very good record, and just watching them warm up. I mean, they have a pretty solid skill set. They got some nice-looking athletes on the court, so hopefully they'll give Waupun a really nice test tonight.
One thing I'm kind of anxious to, when I look down on the court, I see a very young, maybe the youngest officiating crew that I've seen. They've got a couple ladies out there and a guy, and every one of them looks pretty young out there. And that's good to see. We need young referees to get into the business because these other guys are going to start retiring coming up. There's some guys that probably should have retired a few years ago, but it's good to see the young people out there, and that's good to see them ready to call this game here tonight. So I'm looking forward to that too.
You and I did a game with a couple of female officials working a few weeks back, and you mentioned they look like sisters out there. These two girls are identical. They're like twins. Yeah. They may be twins.
Yeah, they could be. Maybe that's their brother out there too, because the age-wise, they could be maybe a spouse to one of them. Or
these girls look more like they're about 30-ish, though, or late 20s. Yeah. So very young crew. Nice.
Again, looking forward to bringing you this game here tonight on RadioPlusInfo.com. Make sure to get the word out there to people that might not know. I know there's some little confusion, and I thought for some reason that we did not have radio because I thought that was kind of our new rule, no radio and video on the same night, but that was not the case. I found out from Nick, and of course, what do? I always over-prepare and bring too much stuff along, and I didn't bring the stuff. I thought, I'm just going to bring my headsets along because Jeff Sauer doing our the video live streaming for us here tonight. He's got all the other stuff for that. Just need headsets and maybe your little mixer board. Didn't even need that tonight, so that's all we needed. But now I just found out from Nick we were supposed to be on the radio tonight, but just get the word out there. I've been promoting it as just RadioPlusInfo.com, and we're going to be doing the game when they take on McWanago coming up tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and they lost the game before this. McWanago didn't look like a real strong team from what I saw in that ball game, so this will be a nice matchup, I think, here for Waupun taking on Bonduel, the Bears.
Yeah, I agree with you. And, again, it's holidays, and I've coached a long time, and you just never know how kids are going to react to these times of the year and a little bit out of their normal routines. But, I think tonight's going to be a good one. Just that late afternoon, I guess it is. We're playing early today. I think it gets me all confused, but yeah, I think this is going to be maybe the marquee game of the 2 games set from what I saw as well.
So again, Steve and Randy sitting at Watertown High School. Been to this venue numerous times. They do have a great press box here, a big wide open area, 3 big windows looking over the court. Huge venue. This has been around for a while. I've seen some pretty good Randolph basketball games, sectional championship games for boys here, and I know the Waupun Warriors on their way to state took on Laconia over at this gym, and that was very well attended game. I think they even put the bleachers on the end of the court because there's so many people that came to watch the game. So that's, again, they've had some huge games here. They are definitely qualified to host all the big ones. The game's going to state at a gym this size over here at Watertown High School. Something to be proud of for the Goslings and their high school here. Bonduel, again, coached by Jerry Reinke, and they just came off. Well, they haven't played since the 20th before Christmas, and they took on Crandon and just beat them by a point, 48-47 in that ball game. And Brenna Hertzfeld with 15 points and 5 rebounds, and Helena Robitek, she had 10 points in that ball game, and she's their scoring leader, so they kind of held her, contained her a little bit. She scores normally around 19 to 20 points in a ball game. So those are a couple of the names we're going to probably see. It looks like they got a pretty good, solid squad out there, and a young squad for the Bears. Some girls that are pretty solid-looking players that are handling the ball pretty well out there. Kind of when we went and saw Waupun play Reedsburg last year, maybe not to that level, but that was definitely where there were some girls that filled out their basketball pants there, and they were strong and very physical and very athletic girls from Reedsburg, and they're tearing it up again this season.
Yeah, the ones that were able to knock Beaver Dam off their long winning streak. So absolutely one of the top teams in the state in Reedsburg. And yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see a matchup again between Waupun and Reedsburg this year, but I don't think we're going to have the luxury of seeing that.
Now they're up in D2, ranked number 1, and Waupun's ranked number 1 in Division 3, so we're not going to get a chance to see that, but it'll be fun to bring you the game here tonight. Again, to spread the word to people that may have been waiting to listen to it, because Nick's been promoting it, probably it's been talking about radio, and we're not on the radio tonight. Just get the word out to people that we're on radioplusinfo.com tonight. Again, Waupun taking on the Bonduel Bears at the Watertown, what do they call it officially, the Holiday Shootout?
I believe so, yes.
Holiday Shootout here. And it's always good to get these games in during the holidays. Keep basketball in their hand. But we're going to come back and bring you the beginning of tonight's matchup, Waupun against Bonduel, right after this on radioplusinfo.com.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
One of the neatest projects and programs that we have that I truly believe in is our 5 Cents for the Future program. Every time a customer swipes their Bristol Morgan Bank debit card, we donate 5 cents to our scholarship fund, which is administered by the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. And we provide scholarships for local students that are going to 2-year, 4-year school. We're there for up to a 4-year renewable scholarship.
Bristol Morgan Bank. Locations in Oakfield, Fond du Lac, Brandon, and Van Dyne. Log on, bristolmorganbank.com.
Make an impact within your community with Marian University's Bachelor of Social Work program. Experience direct client contact from your very first course, taught by faculty with years of field experience. Apply to Marian University today. Explore the mind and expand yours. With Marian University's Psychology Bachelor's program, experience exciting classes, professional conferences, field placements, and a 93% job placement rate. Apply to Marian University today.
And we are back over to Watertown High School. Steve Winterhack along with Randy Armgay, and girls basketball tonight, the number 1 ranked team in Division 3, the Waupun Lady Warriors, taking on the 6-1 Bonduel Bears. Couldn't find them on the rankings anywhere, but we'll see how Waupun does. Of course, Bears wearing my favorite jerseys with the dark, with the black jerseys with the dark lettering, where there's real thin lines out there, and a little harder to see. Not as easy to see as the Waupun Lady Warriors jerseys.
I'll tell you what, they're better than the Randolph football jerseys that we complained about enough, I guess. But yeah, dark navy with dark blue numbering.
And we are set to go. Ball is tipped up, and Peterson wins the tip. Again, Waupun starting Kale Peterson, the 6'1 sophomore, 21 points a game for her. Gracie Gopal, a 5'2 sophomore.
And we're seeing boxing one here right away, I believe, Steve. Kale Peterson being face guarded, the other remainder of the team in his zone.
Well, Abby also was glad to see that because she's seen that the last 3 seasons. And a travel on Matamoros underneath. Again, Gabby Matamoros in the starting lineup. And, of course, the twins, Naomi and Abby Alsma. Abby averaging 21 points in game, but a travel inside by the left block for Matamoros. Bonduel Bears with the basketball. Kylie Hoffman, the 5'9 senior, with the ball dribbling off to her right, looks underneath. Ball gets tipped away by Matamoros, and coming up with it is Gopalin, taking it the other way. No shots in the ball game yet for either team. Gopalin has it again out on top. Always a fun player to watch. Abby Alsma getting it down to Cale Peterson down in the right corner. Launches up a long three-point shot. Rims out no good. And getting the rebound was Haley Zernicki.
Yeah, that ball's halfway down for Peterson, just spinning out of there.
Driving the left side, knocked away by Abby Alsma. And be careful with her. She leads the team in steals, and she'll poke it right out of there, take it the other way. Bears retain possession. No score in the game. A little over a minute into the ball game. 15-footer left side. He is up by Zernicki. No good. Weak side rebound in the hands of Naomi Alsma. Going the other way now for Waupun. Gopalin facing again.
I think we're seeing a triangle in 2, actually. We're going to see Abby and Peterson be covered, and the rest of the girls maybe a little zone action.
Matamoros gets it inside, then a terrible pass right in the hands. Just looked like a... threw it right in the hands of the defender. A ball gets knocked out of bounds off the hands of Naomi Alsma, and it will remain Bear basketball. Going to travel now on Gabby, and then the errant pass right in the hands of the defender. Maybe the dark uniforms just thought it was a shadow out there.
I think Matamoros had the opportunity to.
Peterson has it. She's waiting for someone to come down to help her out because she stepped out of bounds and then came back in, and somebody else needed to touch it first.
Right.
They had looking around, nobody saw it happen, so she just had to grab it and take the turnover. Nice job by Kale to he's got a chance at stealing the ball.
Nice job of reestablishing herself, but you can't be the first one to touch.
Ball down in the corner. And you're going to get a lot of Gopalin right in your face defending down there, and a missed shot inside, and coming up with a rebound is Lydia Alsma. Gopalin passes it down to the right corner. The youngest of the Alsma sisters with the basketball over to Cale Peterson, back out on top. Three-pointer on the way now for Lydia, misses. And an ugly start here for Waupun, getting a shot but badly missing. Lydia Alsma going to get the ball inside and putting it up high off the glass. That one is no good on the shot by Brenna Hertzfeld. Waupun makes it one and done. And splitting the defenders is Gracie Gopalin, the Energizer Bunny out there, and gets the first points of the ball game for either team, and Waupun leads 2-0.
Waupun seeing what often called a junk defense, and you have maybe a triangle in 2. And
nice 15-foot shot from the right side by Brenna Hertzfeld. She gets it to go. Tied now at 2 apiece.
One way to beat that is to just push the ball up the court, get baskets in transition.
Abby Alsma has it back out on top over to her sister Lydia. Got all 3 of the Alsma sisters out there along with Gopalin and Peterson. And bounce pass left side, 15-footer up. That gets blocked. Nice job defensively by Haley Zernicki blocking that shot. And stuck at now 2 apiece. Nice defensive job so far by the Bears of Bonduel.
Yeah, there's a reason they're 6-1. They know how to win.
And they're going to draw a foul on Lydia Alsma. Nice job of handling the ball. Kylie Hoffman, a 5'9 senior. Solid-looking player out there. You can put the ball on the floor, too, and knew how to draw that foul. First foul of the ball game for either team.
And Waupun is so good at that hard show off the ball screen, and Lydia just a little slow getting there that time.
Pull up 10-footer over the right side. That misses badly, and Lydia Alsma comes up with it, and she'll push it up now for the Lady Warriors. You get something going in transition. Gopalin has it, throws one up from the right side, and that is a three-pointer and good for Gracie Gopalin. All of Waupun's points so far, leading 5-2. You got to take what the defense is giving you right now. They're just challenging Gracie to make things happen.
Yeah, she's proven that she can shoot the ball. She's shooting it much better than she was last year.
Waupun's a tough team to try to do, even like the triangle and 2. They still got quite a few other girls that can score out there. And then a terrible pass inside. Lydia Alsma comes up with it, leads the charge. A 3-on-2 break. Gopalin goes up, scoops it up and in. Nice job by Alsma to lead that fast break and finding Gopalin alone. They want to give those to her. She'll take those all night long.
Yeah, Gracie 7, Bonduel 2.
Challenging every pass, but they do get it over to number 5, Ellie Eschke, and Eschke misses her shot, and Waupun gets the rebound. Ball passed down, and then a travel is going to be called on Naomi Alsma. Kind of got it with her kind of backpedaling at the time and turning at the time and tried to get rid of it right away, but traveled before she could get rid of it, and the ball back in the hands of the Bears.
Peterson threw that before Alsma even saw the pass coming. It might have been halfway there. And it got her by surprise.
So the Bears with the basketball, Waupun leading 7-2. Waupun having all of Waupun's points so far. Nice little spin move by Hoffman inside, and she finishes. Kelly Hoffman only averaging 4.5 points a game, but man, she seems like when she handles a ball and finds shots out there, you'd see her score more than that. Goes Lydia Alsma from the right corner. That's the back of the rim, no good. And getting the rebound is Hoffman. Hustle there by Gopalin, trying to play a defense on 2 different players for the Bears, but they finally do get it over half court. See Audrey Wire in the ball game, and ball lost for a second, but Bears come up with it. And Wapun's not afraid to get down and dirty. Grab that ball, get on the floor to get it. Little turnaround shot, and that one misses, but a nice rebound. And that was a rebound by
Hertzfeld.
Brenna Hertzfeld getting it.
Coming from the backside and sneaking around Lydia.
A little inside out and trying to find something out on the perimeter. Wapun's covering the perimeter pretty good, and Gopalin's going to pick up a foul reaching in as the ball was in the hands of Haley Thompson. That'll be the second team foul for Waupun. First one on Gracie Gopalin. She's going to sit down, take a little break. Not a good test for Waupun, looking at, like you said, a junk defense, something different you maybe haven't seen before, and doing it pretty well so far, the Bears.
I thought initially it looked like a box and one just on Peterson, but I think they're matching up with Abby and Kale.
Spin move by the right elbow, nice move, and off the glass and in. Nice shot there by the Bears. Putting it in was Elena Robitek, getting her first point. She averages almost 20 points a game. Shows you why. She's got some moves. Sending up a pick. They look inside. They get it into Tooney, and Celia Tooney in the ball game now for Waupun, and they're finding the open players, and they're converting. So nice job finding Tooney inside for the easy 2. 9-6 in favor of Waupun.
Yeah, move that defense on the skip pass, and then a good dump in.
The ball now is Thompson. Gets it back over to Troxel going on the right side. Gets it blocked on that right side by Celia Tooney. Down in the corner over to Naomi Alsma, and they looks inside. Try to get back to Alsma, but got through there a little late. And it gets knocked away by the Bears. They come up with it. 11 minutes left in the first half of action. Waupun with the lead, leading 9-6. Robitek has it, and she'll give the ball up over to Troxel. Dribbling along to her right is Thompson. They look inside, lose the ball, and the ball's chased down by Lydia Alsma. Gets it to her sister Naomi, who brings it up now for the Lady Warriors. Alsma has it along the left side, back over to Naomi again. And Lydia Alsma all set up for a three-point shot. Front of the rim, no good, and Naomi chases down the rebound, gets to her sister Abby. Alsma's getting their opportunities, but Abby missing the three-point shot, and Bears come up with it.
Abby looked a little quick on that shot.
Player stepping, a good job. Waupun doing a little trap right in front of the Waupun bench, double teaming the player. It was actually Haley Thompson had it, and ends up probably stepping on the sideline. Nice defense there by the Lady Warriors. 9-6 Waupun, 10:21 left in the first half.
A very competitive game so far. It looks like we're looking, you look like it's a 2-1-2 zone defense, but I'm not sure they're mixing it up or if they're. Yeah, now it looks like they're covering Abby.
We get the ball back on the top over to Gopalin, gets cut off, and back to Naomi Alsma, trying to get it inside to Tooney, and that's kind of learning how to play and find people besides their big two scorers out there with Abby and Kale on the court, and they're doing a good job shutting them down so far, but Wapun's going to find other people want to go in there and score, and that one comes up short for Peterson, and Waupun just a little off right now, especially with their main scorers.
Yeah, they get a little quick on some of the shots.
Naomi Alsma throws one out the front of the rim, no good. And the ball in the hands of Cale Peterson finally gets a chance and puts it in on the rebound. Had to kind of flick it back to herself to get her first points of the game. Abby yet to score in the game.
Seeing some trapping action here.
It's going to be a reach in on Abby Alsma. Poking in there a little bit too much, maybe caught a little of the wrist. 11-6 now in favor of Waupun. 9:35 left in the first half.
Waupun wants to turn this game up a little bit, get more possessions. They're going to do it by trapping on defense.
Wild pass on the drive on the right side by Ella Hischke. Put it at a place where her teammates no way she was going to get it. Let her a little bit too much and right at her feet, so Waupun will get it back.
We mentioned this officiating crew, 2 young ladies and a gentleman. These guys are really solid.
Yeah, everything's,
Oh, yeah, their mechanics are impeccable.
I wonder where they do most of their officiating, what area that they're from, if they're down in this southeastern part of the state. I don't remember seeing them before. Naomi Alsma with it, gets it in the lane and gets it back over to Tooney along the right side. Back on top, here goes Abby Alsma with it, throws it inside the Tooney. Get a job catching the ball, kind of a tight space for her to do it. Gracie Gopalin has it left side. They lob it inside the Tooney, off her hands, out of bounds. Nice job by the defender from behind, kind of getting a hand on it. Audrey Wire, and it goes off from Tooney's hands and out of bounds. The Bears will get it back.
Celia, take a seat, get a break. In comes Gabby Matamoros.
Looking at the stats, the Bears not a big three-point shooting team. Audrey Wire, just a freshman, shoots 35% from behind the arc. Went way too hard off the glass by the Bears, and Waupun comes up with it. See if they can get some kind of offensive rhythm going. Bears doing a good job disrupting things. Matamoros has it along the right side. And they're all set to kind of back off on if it's not Peterson and it's not, they'll turn around 10-footer in the lane, and that's a nice-looking shot there by Cale Peterson. He puts it in. Well, they kind of slough off the players that aren't one of your top 2 scorers for Waupun and challenge them to shoot the ball.
Yeah, for a holiday tournament game, they seem like they've scouted Waupun well. They've definitely seen some film, and they're trying to rise to the challenge, playing the top team in the state.
It's Thompson, and she'll kick it out to the right side. Rims around, no good on the shot by Kendra Troxel. Then we've got a tie up, and ball.
We're going to get Matamoros for a foul.
Oh, another foul.
She had the rebound. She just brought it down low and let the smaller players come in and strip it away.
Yeah, they're a good aggressive team. I like what I've seen. This is a good test for Waupun. If you're going to have a game during the holidays, you might as well play a good team. And I like what I've seen from Bonduel so far.
It's like Coach Alsma is sort of trying to send a message to Matamoros. He wants her to play better.
A late little whistle on that one, but a nice little up and under going off to her left and putting it in is Haley Zernicki. Nice move there, and she drew a foul besides, and she's going to shoot a free throw. Nice move. Looked like she was going to go in the lane off to her left, and then it kind of scoops back in and underneath the defender and gets it to go in. Free throw misses off the back of the rim, and Waupun comes up with it. Gopalin has it near half court, dribbles off to her left. 7:40 and counting down to the first half. Three-pointer on the way by Abby Alsma. Once you get her going, that's what nobody wants to see if you play Waupun. Quick release. I can see a lot of players that get that ball and get it up towards the rim accurately like you're going to see out of Abby. 16-8 now with 7:24 and counting down.
Near steal by Gopalin. She's always in that passing lane, doing it right, using the correct arm.
Yeah, they do get it inside. They realize the mismatch inside, but missing the shot inside was Zernicki, and Waupun has it. Little step back, three-pointer up, rims out no good, and the shot by Abby Alsma. Bears get it. And Hischke will get it. She's going to launch up a three. That one rims out no good, and Peterson will get another rebound. Under 7 to play in the first half. Waupun leading 16-8 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Naomi Alsma from the left corner. Just can't find her range yet. Gopalin has it by the free throw line. She'll bring it back out to reset for the Lady Warriors.
You're going to get Naomi, I believe, with an illegal screen.
No fouls yet on the Bears so far in the ball game with good tenacious defense that they're playing. Waupun not taking advantage of that so far, and 16 fouls now on Waupun.
listing the player on the board, but I believe that went on Naomi.
So Bears back with the basketball in the hands of Kylie Hoffman. And they're going to pass it right side over to Hertzfeld.
Waupun sticks in that tough man-to-man defense, and they switch everything on the outside.
Drive to the basket up with the left hand, and that is good by Robitek, 5'7" senior, getting her 4th point of the ball game. Pass in the lane over to Abby Alsma, gets it back to her sister Naomi, passes up the 3. Lydia gets it along the left side. Peterson back out on top over to Gopalin, splits a couple defenders, and back to Lydia Alsman, puts it up from 10 feet out, right side, gets it to go. Her first basket of the ball game, puts Waupun up 18-10.
What a nice pass by Gracie. Again, pass first player. Gets into the paint, draws the defense, nice dump off.
Good hard worker out there. Fun to watch her work, and makes any player that she guards really have to work in a ball game and run them down a little bit. Ball down in the left corner with it. We get back out on top, and we've got a timeout. We'll do the same back in 1 minute with more Lady Warrior basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name is Jim. Came to New Medical for bad knee pain. Before that, I couldn't squat, kneel. I had difficulty getting in my truck. 12 weeks later, things are getting better and improving every day.
Hi there, my name is Steve. I had a lot of pain in my right knee due to arthritis. The results I've experienced have been a lot less pain in my knee. I'm able to walk up and down steps a lot better than I was. I would highly recommend the procedure to anybody that's been talking to an orthopedic surgeon. They wanted to perform a full knee replacement on me, and I thought, I'm pretty young for that, so I was looking for other alternatives.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
We're back at Watertown High School. Steve Witterhack along with Randy Armgill. Waupun leading 18-10. Hasn't been easy, though. Great defensive showing by the Bears of Bonduel here in the Watertown Holiday Shootout. Bob Spanbauer out there watching and listening to the ball game on RadioPlusInfo.com. Lydia Alsma coming up with the steal. Takes it up along the left side, gets it over to Abby Alsma, gets in the lane and kicks it back out on top. Gopal launches up a 3. That's going to miss, and getting the rebound, he is Kylie Hoffman. Also, Pete Bawalda watching and listening here tonight. Dad of a very nice player over in the Randolph area, and that's Jory Bawalda. Got her 1,000th point just recently. She's a fun player to watch. A good 6-foot solid ball handling and good shooting and good rebounding, great rebounding player. She's got big things in her future.
Jory, her sister Presley. Nice team we're watching over there in Randolph sometimes too, eh?
Oh, and Kale Peterson comes in, a little help defense, and blocks the shot by Brenna Hertzfeld.
Nice team we're watching over there in Randolph sometimes too, eh?
Oh, and Kale Peterson comes in, a little help out. Yeah, they're definitely looking inside, and I'm sure that caused a lot of problems for teams up in that northeastern part of the state. A little runner off the front of the rim is no good when Waupun comes up with a rebound. Here goes Lydia Alsma bringing it up. Lob pass to Gracie Gopal along the left side. And 3 is up for Peterson. Shoots too strong, and Kale's having a little trouble finding a range from downtown. Not getting a lot of chances here, not in the rhythm of the game yet offensively. 4 points, but you had to work to get them. Nice pass inside, nice post up inside. Nice body position by Haley Zernicki, keeping Peterson on her hip, and then gets the ball and goes right to the rack to get her 4th point of the game.
Yeah, really nice job holding that post position. An excellent pass away from the defense. That's what you want to see.
Gopalin gets it by the free throw line, gets it over to Peterson. Cross-court pass right side. Abby Alsma puts it up and puts it in. Her second 3 of the ball game, 6 for her in the game. Waupun opens up a 9-point lead, leading 21-12.
Gracie Gopal, she's so used to being a pass-first player. I think there's opportunities for her to score a couple of times, and she's always looking to find a teammate. Sometimes you're going to help your team more by putting the ball in the hoop.
Robitek with a three-point shot, long rebound, and that's going to be another foul on Waupun, racking them up. It'll be bonus time for the last 3:11 of the first half of action, but Waupun leading 21-12. Still no fouls on the Bears. I guess I'd like to see Waupun push it a little bit against those guys and make them have to pick up a few fouls. And kind of just passing away from all the trouble so far in the game. Bringing you the game from the Waupun Equipment Company broadcast booth, which is the place I like to call the game from. A nice high, even higher than you are in Waupun when you call the game. You're way up high looking down on the court, and we finally get a foul called.
Yeah.
Finally got one on the Bears. That'll be a foul on number 22 for them, Haley Zernicki, 5'10" sophomore.
Team's first. Can I just shout that out?
Yeah.
3 minutes left in the half.
Got a lot of nice young players. They're going to be good for some years up at Bonduel. 21-12, Waupun with a basketball, trying to get up by double figures this trip down the court. Gabby Matamoros has it along the right side, back on the top over to Cale Peterson. Yeah, she can pull the trigger anywhere about 5 yards or 5 feet out from the three-point line and in. Not afraid to do it. Goes Abby Alsma. She's got a little crack there to throw it up, and back to the rim, no good. Long rebound. Abby chases it down near half court. Looks underneath the basket to Tooney, gets it back out to Lydia Alsma. She'll put one up. That's no good, and Gabby Matamoros gets the weak side rebound, misses the shot, puts it back up and in. Nice job by Gabby Matamoros, getting her first points. Misses the first one, stuck with it, and finishes the second. 23-12 now, Waupun up by 11.
Yeah, padding her offensive rebound stats there a little bit. Gabby gonna short arm that, alligator arm it a little bit, and then going back and getting it for the second putback.
Thompson has it for Bonduel. Gets cut off along the right side, kicks it out to Hoffman along the right side. Long three by Robitek, and that one's going to be well short, and Pon's going to come up with the ball as they save it. We're going to get the other way, and Lydia Alsma not looking back to see if she might get the ball in the fast break, just heading down the court, and turned around, got a hand on it, but it went out of bounds, and the Bears will get the ball back.
Waupun up 23-12, and you feel like they have not played very well today.
No, that
just a little flat, and maybe the change of defenses has given them a little bit of a headache.
The Bears haven't played since the 20th. And Waupun had that game last Thursday against Sussex Hamilton. That one because of some illnesses on Waupun's team. They couldn't play it that night, so that freed us up for an extra night that we didn't really want to. We wanted to see the team play, but so they haven't played for a little bit either. Lydia Alsma still took it for that first one from downtown, and that one's too strong, and that's what they're looking for. Let those girls shoot until they start making them. They're not going to close in on them. Bears with the basketball. Get it down in the right corner, back out on top. Still off to the right side of the court, guarded by Abby Alsma. And a little turnaround. That was going to get blocked by Celia Tooney on the shot from about 10 feet out on the right side. Bond comes up with it. Abby's got a little hesitation, gets it over to Gabby Matamoros, kicks it out right side to Lydia, and Cale Peterson will launch up a three, and that is nothing but net. Peterson with the three-point basket. Now she's got 7 hard-earned points in the ball game. Good ball movement there by the Lady Warriors.
Yeah, sharing the ball, giving it up for have a good look and give it up for a better look.
Driving the left side, and that left hand by Elena Robitek. Come up big a few times for the Bears. She's got 6 points in the game. Waupun still up by 12, 26-14. Down to 20 seconds left. Looks like Waupun's going to run the clock down, get that last second shot.
Yeah, under 30. That's one of the coaching strategies. Under 30, hold for the last shot.
Down to 7 seconds left. Lydia Alsma has it. A little Euro step inside and gets it over to Celia Tooney, and then she travels. Exactly what the Bears want. You want it in the hands of those girls that don't normally get their hands on the ball like that, and then they got the turnover. 1.7 seconds left. Could be a half-court shot on its way. Back the board is no good, and Waupun leading 26-14 at halftime against the Bonduel Bears. Randy and I'll be back with the halftime call of the first half in just a few minutes on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Saputo USA, just outside of Waupun, is hiring. Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible career opportunities available in their Alto facility. Competitive pay starting at over $21 per hour, benefits, and more. 8 and 12-hour shifts. Apply today and join one of the best growing companies. Apply at saputo.com or stop in on Highway EE in Alto, just outside of Waupun. Saputo Cheese is an equal opportunity employer. Dentistry of Wisconsin has exciting news to share. They have officially moved into their brand new office in Waupun, and they have completely remodeled their Beaver Dam office too. Both offices featuring new state-of-the-art equipment and a relaxing and comforting environment. The Waupun office is now at 412 Shaler Drive, conveniently located off Highway 151. Dentistry of Wisconsin, where your smile is their business.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Andy with us here, the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Merry week, Andy, to everybody out there this week.
It's Christmas week, and it's a Christmas week of chaos here at the Other Bar like everywhere else. We got some change in the hours this week. Christmas Eve will be open from 11 o'clock until 5 p.m. with no fish all day long. Saturday, we're opening at 3 o'clock for the Packer game.
And get some holiday cheer for Christmas Eve during the day and Christmas Day, too.
Absolutely. We've got everything going on, normal specials during the week, as we do always, with the exception of Friday, like I said. We've got plenty of beer on tap, plenty of beer in the cooler, and everything's ready to go.
What about New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? Can you explain that for us?
New Year's Eve, we're going to do fish all day long like normal. We're going to be open from 11 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, and then New Year's Day will be business as normal.
Very good. Andy with us here, the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Swing on by for some soups and some hot plate specials, some pizza. Going to be a lot of fun this week.
Yep, we've got all the specials running daily on the board. While supplies last, they change daily along with the soups, but normally we have chili on tap pretty much nonstop.
Andy, thank you. Have a great week.
Merry Christmas. Have a good week.
We educate tomorrow's heroes today. Developed by the area's best nurses, your acceptance into Marian University's BSN program will allow you to take nursing courses in your sophomore year. Apply to Marian University today. In each community, forensic scientists crack the toughest cases. With Marian University's Forensic Science Bachelor's program, learn from industry-experienced faculty within a hands-on crime scene lab. Apply to Marian University today.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name is Mary, and I was treated at the New Medical Center for knee pain. I couldn't walk long distances, stand up from a chair easily, or do stairs well. Now I can do all of these things and walk 2 miles.
Hi, my name is Linda. I was treated at the New Medical Center for pain in both of my knees, and it has made a huge difference. I couldn't walk up the stairs. I couldn't get up and down easily off the floor after playing with my grandkids. Getting up off the couch at night was difficult. Now I can do all of that. Right now I have no pain in my knees. I would definitely recommend this procedure to anybody who has pain in their knees, and I would recommend that you do it sooner rather than later.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
It is halftime at Watertown High School. The Waupun Lady Warriors, a pretty good battle here against Bonduel. They're up by 12, 26-14, but the Bears' mission accomplished at least one thing, and that was to take away the two main scorers for Waupun and at least slow them down a little bit. Can't totally take them away, but they've been doing a good job slowing the offensive juggernaut for Waupun. This can't figure a way how to score against the taller Waupun and talented team defense type defense Waupun runs out there. So Waupun leading 26-14 at half.
Yeah, and again, as you mentioned, a nice job defensively, a good scheme for a holiday tournament. You know, a lot of times you just go into those, but as you said, Bonduel had a lot of time off, haven't played for quite a while, and must have watched a lot of film on Waupun, and they came up with a plan, and so far I guess you'd say it's been effective. They're down by 12, almost doubled up here at halftime, but yet still you feel like you're in the game, only down, within reach anyway, I guess. And we've seen Waupun be up by 30 and 40 points by halftime in some of their games. So a good job here so far this half.
Yeah, I thought so too, and they really baited Waupun to just keep it in the hands of one of their top two scorers. Gopal made him pay for that earlier, getting all of her points earlier in the ball game, and then they people like Celia Tooney, they kind of want her to have the ball in her hands, and Lydia Alsma, they seems to get the ball a lot for Waupun. But I tell you, the Waupun's got some nice players though with Abby Alsma out there. I mean, it's just a quick release, and she gets her opportunity, she's going to make the most of them, and she's got herself a couple 3-point baskets. But yeah, like I said, a pretty nice defensive showing by the Bears of Bonduel so far in the game, and it's a good learning lesson here from Waupun. You might, if this is successful, they want to try to show that they can beat this so other teams don't throw this at them in the future.
Right, and sometimes, that involves some preparation and practice time, and those players that we're mentioning that haven't scored a lot are very capable players. They just have to, sometimes you got to flip that switch from not thinking that you're, looking to score to help your team, and you have to score when you have the opportunities are there. And there's a number of things you can do against box and one and triangle and two. You can use those people being, manned up and use them as back screeners and ball screeners, because there's going to be nobody there to help when you do that. You got the zone cover in there, and they're taught not to leave that person. So if you go up and set ball screens, that's one way of doing it. You're going to free them up. The other way, you can back screen the people that are being face guarded 25 feet from the hoop. You can try and back screen and get them some cuts to the hoop. There's so many things you can do to make that happen, but it really needs to be other players just stepping up and doing their job.
Let's take a look at the scoring in the first half.
First of all, for Bonduel, Roll Badic with 6, Hertzfeld with 2, Zernecki with 4, and Hoffman with 2 points. For Waupun, Lydia Alsma has 2, Abby Alsma with 6 on 2 made 3-pointers, Celia Tooney with 2 points, Gabby Matamoros with 2, Gracie Gopalan with 7. She had all 7 of those early, including a 3-pointer. And I heard she was one of the girls that had a little bit of illness last week, and maybe that was showing. She started out strong, and then looked like a little fatigue for her, and didn't look to score. So maybe a little bit of health issues going on there. Who knows? And then Kale Peterson, one of the girls that was being face guarded, as we saw, she has 7 points with a made 3-pointer.
And your halftime score, 26-14 in favor of Waupun over Bonduel, and we'll be back in just 2 minutes with the second half of the game live from Watertown High School on RadioPlusInfo.com.
HomeAndAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeAndAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeAndAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeAndAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
One of the neatest projects and programs that we have that I truly believe in is our 5 cents for the future program. Every time a customer swipes their Bristol Morgan Bank debit card, we donate 5 cents to our scholarship fund, which is administered by the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. And we provide scholarships for local students that are going to 2-year, 4-year school. We're there for up to a 4-year renewable scholarship.
Bristol Morgan Bank. Locations in Oakfield, Fond du Lac, Brandon, and Van Dyne. Log on, bristolmorganbank.com. How would you like your local business to not only reach a whole lot of people, but also be attached to high school sports? Radio Plus has got you covered. To advertise your local business during our video stream of high school sports, email nick@radioplusinfo.com. That's nick@radioplusinfo.com. Your business, your advertising message reaching this area. Let's work together. Nick@radioplusinfo.com.
Green Bay football players in Fond du Lac. After select Packer games during the 2021 season, fans can get up close and personal with the Pack. Ask player questions, get autographs, win preferred seats to the game plan when you sign up at Ray's TV and Appliance. To win the best seats in the house, follow 95 and 96.1 The Rock on Facebook and share the graphic. Have a shot at $1,000 when you play the Camera Casino Photo Finish Contest. All at the Home and Auto Game Plan presented by Midwest Overhead Door. This football season at Fat Joe's. Get schedule information at 961therock.com.
Welcome back to the Waupun Equipment Company broadcast booth. Steve Winterhack along with Randy Armgear. Your halftime score 26-14 in favor of the Waupun Lady Warriors on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. And we're going to have that game. Waupun's going to play against McWanago coming up tomorrow, a team that played earlier against Watertown, the host in this, and lost pretty convincingly in that game, but they take on McWanago at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and we'll have that game for you, I'm sure, on the radio and on video streaming coming up tomorrow. I'm gonna look at the emails that Nick sends me a little bit closer. Try to glaze over those. Just inside the free throw line, shot is no good, and ball tapped over to Gracie Gopal, and Waupun has it. See how they approach this defense after that talk by Coach Tim Alsma at halftime. Lydia Alsma throws it up, that is no good. Kale Peterson loses the rebound, and coming up with the ball is Brenna Hertzfeld. Gives it up to their scoring leader, Elena Robidik.
We're seeing Waupun in a 2-3 zone of their own right now.
Robidik will rattle one home from downtown. She's tried a few from three-point range. Only about a 25% three-point shooter, but gets that one to go. 26-17 in favor of Waupun. Gopal, a little hesitation. A big Euro step right to the basket and finishes. Just too much speed out there, too many moves for Gracie Gopal and for anybody to try to defend her.
Yeah, just what I talked about at halftime. They were using Abby and Kale as ball screeners, doing a nice job.
Running shot in the lane by Robidik, and she misses, and Waupun comes up with a rebound. Lydia Alsma gets it to her sister Naomi, out on top over to Gopal. Pass down to the right corner, and a little quick release, and that comes up a little short on Kale Peterson's shot. Maybe it wasn't set as much as she needed to be on that one, and not enough legs into it, and rebound right back over to the Bonduel Bears. 28-17. Over 16 minutes left in the ball game. Three-pointer is up, back of the rim, and no good on the shot by Hischke. Final make it one and done. Gets it over to Lydia Alsma, back out on top to Gopal. In the lane, shoots it up to the right to Naomi Alsma. Ball passed inside to Peterson, and finds Gopal, and she's going to launch up a three. And that rims out no good. Peterson gets the rebound, and back by the free throw line with it is Naomi Alsma. Three-pointer now by Lydia Alsma. Rims out no good. Just can't find her range. She's taken plenty of shots, 5 or 6 of them at least, and hasn't got one to go yet. Bears will drive to the basket by Robidik. You can see how she gets most of her points. She's left-handed, which throws a few teams off for one thing, and she's not afraid to go to the rack with it and draws a foul, and she's going to go to the line to shoot 2 for the Bears. First free throw is up, nothing but net for Elena.
I'm not sure who that foul was called on, Steve. Was that on Naomi or on?
Not sure.
I think it was.
Next free throw also good by Robidik. Gives her 11 points in the game. Gets her team back within single digits, 28-19 in favor of the Lady Warriors. Naomi Alsma with it, gets it back over to Abby Alsma. Look inside, all by herself is Lydia Alsma, who scoops it up with a right hand. It looked at first like it was going to be a little off, and it goes right, just perfectly right through the rim. Alsma, look inside, all by herself is Lydia Alsma, who scoops it up with a.
It's that defense. Got to keep moving if you're one of the players that's not in the mix.
Kind of one of those horse shots. Okay, my body's totally under the basket, then I'm going to just scoop it up and get it in. And reach in foul on Waupun. Nice strong possession with Kylie Hoffman out there. Wasn't letting anybody grab it. If you want to get it, you're going to have to follow me, and that's what happened.
Foul went on Abby Alsma.
So get the ball out on top over to Robidik. Comes up, a little runner, and misses that. And again, Waupun not real solid with their rebounds. Getting some taken away, and they do chase it down. Abby Alsma has it along the right corner. Nice move. Just a little hard fake with the arms to kind of get the defender back on their heels, and then Abby Alsma has it along the right corner. Nice move. Just a little
step shot. Very nicely done.
And ball blocked by Cale Peterson. So Kylie Hoffman thought she was going to have an easy one with that one. Naomi Alsma, three-pointer right side, comes up well short. And ball in the hands now of Lydia Alsma. Gets it to her sister Abby from the left corner. Misses. Peterson gets it taken away again. Got to be strong in there, and that one gets knocked out of her hands.
Those are balls that Cale normally gets. She looks a little bit run down, too, right now. I don't know. There's been some illness on this team.
Robitek a long three and gets it to go. Nice follow through after that. Her second three of the ball game. She's now got 14 points. And Bears just kind of hanging around a little bit. Only down by 11, 33-22. Definitely making Waupun work for every basket that they get in the ball game. Nothing easy so far. Everything challenged by the Bears. Waupun gets it down to Lydia Alsma. Back on top over to Cale Peterson.
Waupun could decide to pull the ball out and hold it here if they wanted to and force them to come out of this defense.
Lydia Alsma puts up a 15-footer, no good. Gopalin gets the rebound for a second, and then upon diving on the floor, it looks like they're going to get called for the foul on Naomi Alsma. I think she had two fingers up.
Yes.
33-22, and Waupun, like I said, not real sure-handed with their rebounds here tonight. And a good job by the Bears to challenge everything. Just because Waupun has it in their hands doesn't mean that they don't think they have a chance to get it yet. And they've locked quite a few of them free in the ball game. So Robitek brings it up, looks underneath. Cross-court pass, and a ball tossed right in the hands of Lydia Alsma. Fast break, and then the pass, there's going to be a foul on Abby Alsma, kind of running into the Bears player. One of those back shoulder passes, you come back to get it, and then the defender runs you over, and that's what happened there. Got a timeout on the court. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more Lady Warrior basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all four of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Welcome back to Watertown High School. Again, a great job by the Bears, really making Waupun work and really shutting down their top two scorers of Peterson and Abby Alsman. I believe that's Abby's fourth foul, the team's fourth here in the second half, but Abby's fourth overall. So mission accomplished, getting one of your top two scorers in foul trouble.
Well, I think the fouls have been about 12 or 13 to 1 in this game.
Yeah.
So, Coach Alsman took that timeout. He's still talking to the young lady down there. I think what he was saying was that the Bonduel player was out of bounds before any contact happened, is what I thought as well. She might have stepped out of bounds before there was contact. Giving her a little bit of an earful.
Just under 13 to play in the ball game. So the Bears hanging around, only down by 11, 33-22.
Up on the man-to-man defense now.
In the hands of Kylie Hoffman, Hazen-Lane getting it back out on top, and Robitek throws up a three. That is no good. Tried to get a little flop at the end of that, but didn't get the call. 2-on-1 now, 3-on-1 for Waupun. Naomi Alsma has it. Back on the top over to Gabby Matamoros. Lydia Alsma will launch up a three, and nothing but net for Lydia. Her first make of a three. Naomi Alsma has it. Back on the top over to Gabby Matamoros. Lydia Alsma will launch up a three, and nothing but net for Lydia, her first arc, so she had a foot on the line and nothing but net on that shot. So the Bears with the basketball, Waupun leading by 13, 35-22, just over 12 to play in the ball game. Abby Alsma, good job reaching in. So the Bears with the basketball, Waupun leading by 13, 35-22, just over 12 to play in the ball game. Abby Alsma, good job. You see Gopal just walking it up the court, slow as you ever see her.
Yeah.
She's coming up the court on this trip up. Dribbles off to her right, tries to get on to Matamoros in the post on the right side. Slow as you ever see her.
Yeah.
She's coming up the court on this trip up. Dribbles off to her right. Tries to get on to Mata Morris.
Bridge. Nobody's going to come and double down on her, and she has the size advantage.
Bounce pass into Gabby Mata Morris. She's going to get fouled on the shot by Audrey.
The size advantage.
Bounce pass into Gabby Mata Morris. She's going to get fouled on the shot by sponsors. VZ Flooring, Daryl Van de Zan. Sponsoring high school sports. That's the guy to call. VZ Flooring, Daryl Van de Zan, to get your flooring put in, whether it's luxury vinyl flooring or you get carpeting put in or tile. You can do it all. He also put in your backsplash for you. Does a great job. I want to reserve him now. First free throw no good, but the first one is good for Gabby. That's VZ Flooring.
That is the first 2 free throws of the evening for the Warriors.
Kelly Hoffman has the ball, going to pass it over to Wire along the left side. In the corner with it is Hoffman. Packing it in pretty good, taking away their inside game mostly. Robitic with it, top of the key. And they get it inside, and a nice job drawing a foul on Lydia Alsma. Packing it in pretty good, taking away their inside game mostly. Robitic with it, top of the key. And they get it inside, and a nice job drawing a foul on the ball and to force the issue inside. First free throw is up, and it is good. Also want a nice shout out to some of our other sponsors like Torres Tree Trimming, and he's doing a little, finally got some snow plowing to do. He does that too, so give Eli Torres a call. Want a tree down, or if you want to get some snow plowing. Second free throw is no good. Pond pushes it right away. So thanks to Eli for sponsoring high school sports from Torres Tree Service. Polly getting the ball over to Naomi Alsma. Back on top with it is Gabby Mata Morris. Taking their time, down to 11 minutes and counting down in the ball game. Naomi has it, and back out to Gopal. A very bad pass inside. Wire easily steals it, trying to find Lydia underneath the basket, but not a good pass.
Gracie might have thought Lydia was going to continue across the lane, and she kind of pulled up on the far side and made the pass look even worse.
Those situations like an NFL quarterback going to throw some away, and ends up being just maybe the receiver not on the same page doing the right things out there.
Yeah, intercept.
Those situations like an NFL quarterback going to throw some away, and ends up being just maybe the receiver not on the same page.
Up in the air, it's going to go against the quarterback.
How spoiled are we to have the quarterbacks we've
gosh.
had now for the last 33 years. We had Brett Favre for 16 seasons. We had Aaron Rodgers now for 17 seasons. That's, man, I hate to be a Chicago Bears fan or almost any other team in the league except the team that has Tom Brady. But
the Bears have gone through like 52 quarterbacks since the Favre and Rodgers era.
Yeah, both of them numerous times as the league MVP. Gopal sets up three-pointer left side. That is no good. Lydia kind of cleared out underneath the basket there, gets pushed underneath the rim. No call from the official. Three-pointer up now for the Bears, and that is good. The shot by Ella Hischke. Sophomore gets her first basket of the ball game. Waupun with a 10-point lead. The Bears doing a good job just kind of sticking. They just can't quite make much headway against Waupun offensively, but
yeah, they've won this second half so far.
Yes. Pass underneath into Lydia, about a 5-footer, a little too strong, and Gabby Mata Morris overshoots it, gets her rebound again for the
second half so far.
Yes. Pass underneath into Lydia, about a 5-footer, a little too strong, and Gabby Mata Morris overshoots it, gets her rebound again. Basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Make an impact within your community with Marian University's Bachelor of Social Work program. Experience direct client contact from your very first course, taught by faculty with years of field experience. Apply to Marian University today. Explore the mind and expand yours. With Marian University's Psychology Bachelor's program, experience exciting classes, professional conferences, field placements, and a 93% job placement rate. Apply to Marian University today.
Welcome back to Watertown High School. Again, a frustrating offensive game for Waupun. They're doing things right defensively, but just a great job on how the Bears have decided to approach the Waupun Lady Warriors. Even have Waupun's one of their main scorers on the bench with Abby Alsma with 4 fouls.
Cale Peterson has not scored in the second half. 7 in the first half. We've seen her be in 20s in the first half alone.
Missed shot, long rebound back in the hands of the Bears, and they've got it back. Trying to get back within single digits maybe, or get back to within 10. They got a shot inside, but a tough one, and Lydia Alsma gets the rebound. She'll bring it down along the left side for Waupun. Here goes Lydia from the left corner. Is she going to get a 3 on that one? Finally gets rebound. She'll bring it down along the left side for Waupun. Here goes Lydia from the left corner. Is she going to get 6 Waupun? This game is being powered also by C. Broxma Electric. Chris Broxma. It's a great job, whether you need electrical work done in your house. Nice. Oh, go Paul, and a good hustle to get the ball, and finally causes Waupun. Broxma. It's a great job, whether you need electrical work done in your house. Nice. Oh, go Paul, and a good hustle to get the ball, and finally causes Waupun. Finally goes off from one of the Bears players. It'll be Waupun ball.
Yeah, not sure why Ella Hischke went for that save there. That would have been their ball.
Yeah.
She tried to pick it up right at the sideline. Worked out in Waupun's favor.
Abby Alsma back in the ball game with those 4 fouls. 41-26. They're going to get inside over to Gabby. Goes up in the left hand and gets it to go. Nice look inside to Gabby. Had the defender on her hip. And about 41-26. They're going to get inside over to Gabby. Goes up in the left.
It's to step up.
Step back 3 on that shot. And that one misses everything. Coming up short is Elena Robitic with a shot. Not definitely her forte, taking those 3-point shots. So we've got another timeout on the court, and we'll be back in just 1 minute with more girls basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Dentistry of Wisconsin has exciting news to share. They have officially moved into their brand new office in Waupun, and they have completely remodeled their Beaver Dam office too. Both offices featuring new state-of-the-art equipment and a relaxing and comforting environment. The Waupun office is now at 412 Shaler Drive, conveniently located off Highway 151. Dentistry of Wisconsin, where your smile is their business. Saputo USA, just outside of Waupun, is hiring. Saputo has full-time benefit-eligible career opportunities available in their Alto facility. Competitive pay starting at over $21 per hour, benefits, and more. 8 and 12-hour shifts. Apply today and join one of the best-growing companies. Apply at Saputo.com or stop in on Highway EE in Alto, just outside of Waupun. Saputo Cheese is an equal opportunity employer.
Steve and Randy again back at Watertown High School. Look, I was trying to find out though it's the lowest offensive output by Waupun on the season. That was the game against Plymouth, 68-18. Right now Waupun sitting at 43. A 3-pointer by Lydia Alsman. The right corner misses. That's one of those games too where you have to have a big lead right away in that ball game, and all of a sudden you got everybody gets to play in that game, and then you're taking your starters out, and you're not going to quite get the points you probably would have got in a more closely contested game.
38-4 at halftime it was.
Robitic with another 3-point shot, finding her distance from long range. 43-29 Waupun. The ball is stolen. They throw it over the top of the head of Ella Hischke, and she goes up, and nobody guards her. She's going to throw up a 3, and that's no good. Spills off the left side of the rim, and getting the rebound is Gabby Matamoros. Ball down to the corner to Naomi Alsma. All the 3 sisters out there, and along with Cale Peterson and Gabby Matamoros on the court now for the Lady Warriors. And Waupun couldn't play last week Thursday because of illness. Catch and shoot 5 feet out, no good inside, and Naomi Alsma gets it in the lane. Ball gets blocked on Abby Alsma's shot, and then she finds Gabby Matamoros. Nice job sticking with the ball by Abby and finding Gabby to put it in. The lane. Ball gets blocked on Abby Alsma's shot, and then she finds Gabby Matamoros. 29 Waupun, under 6.5 to play in the game.
Excellent court awareness, knowing right where her teammate was.
This drive to the basket, splitting a couple of Waupun defenders by Brenna Hertzfeld. That's just 5 points in the game for her, but a nice move to hard to the basket and gets it to go. It goes Abby Alsma in the lane, and she'll finish. No one stepping in front of her and stopping her. So it's in the game for her, but a nice move to hard to the basket and gets it to go. It goes Abby Alsma in the lane, and
of her normal scoring average.
Yeah, we're talking about Chris Broxma again. C. Broxma Electric, he our sponsors and is powering our game here tonight. Farm, residential, business. Take care of all your electrical needs. Here goes a 15-footer right side. Rims out no good for Lydia. Got a high shooting percentage for her in the ball game. Nice pass underneath, and that's swatted out of there by Gabby Matamoros. They find Haley Zernicki going. Got a high shooting percentage for her in the ball game. Nice pass underneath, and that's swatted out of there by Gabby Matamoros.
Clean block and able to stay vertical. Didn't get any body. Nice job. And Matamoros following that play.
47-31, 5.5 to play. And Bonduel again, like I said, got to be happy with the defense they've been playing. Just can't score against Waupun, and just holding a 16-point lead. Strong move to the basket, and going up Peterson right on her heels was Haley Thompson. And she was hard to the rack and finishes.
Bonduel has played well today, competing.
Very impressed from what I've seen from them.
Yeah, not backing down at all from anyone. They're going to be willing to, again, it's like a triangle and two right now. Waupun could just pull the ball out, force them to come out and play straight man-to-man.
Right now just working it just out on top and just running some clock off now, 4:40 and counting down. It's not Waupun's MO to slow things down and not take a shot, so just be decided let's live to see another day here and just
sometimes you have to do
rest.
What you have to do to win a game. I guess you'd say ugly, a little bit ugly tonight, but
Lincoln's just so solid every week after week, and really we saw nothing but just dominating great basketball. Gopal gets fouled. Lincoln's just so solid every week after week, and really we saw nothing but just dominating. And I don't see them in Division 4 or Division 3. So they're a 5. Didn't see him on there either. Ball back in the hands of the Bears. They get it inside, post-up move. And that's going to get overshot, but again, just an extra bounce on the rim keeps it from going in Cale Peterson's hands, and the Bears keep the basketball. And the player for Bonduel tripping on her way to the basket, Thompson. And Waupun with a fast break. They get it down to Abby Alsma. Gopal with a nice assist. Bears keep the basketball. And the player for Bonduel tripping on her way to the basket, Thompson. And Waupun with a fast break. They get it. Again, you get to Biden in the lane, and she's going to take her shots. Misses everything on that one.
And Gracie may have gotten a little tip on that early. Not the very tall player, but she's not afraid to get her hands in early. Very active hands.
Peterson has it along the right side, and
Waupun's going to hold now. They're going to make them come out and guard.
You said just a few days ago they couldn't play because too many players are sick, and it wasn't a COVID issue. It's more of a flu type thing going on, and the travel inside Waupun will get it back. But so you got to see some of these girls, then plus a holiday weekend besides all of that.
Yeah, I just see the body language. Both Gracie Gopal and Peterson. I mean, Peterson looks tired. She's very flush in the face right now too. She may not be feeling all that well.
No, she definitely is. She's definitely winded out there. That's not her game. She'll run the court for a tall girl. She'll run from one end line to the other. That's not the normal Cale that we have seen so far in the season. 49-33, Waupun 2:40 and counting down in the ball game. Leading Bonduel. And they'll be taking on McQuanago coming up tomorrow. 4 o'clock game. We'll have that for you, video streaming and on the radio on 103. And Gopal, a little too much dribbling up there, gets it taken away.
He's got to get up and cover the ball here.
Robitek a long three, and that one comes up well short. Nice job by Abby Alsma to keep the ball in, and then there's an Aaron pass. Just lazy passing really for Waupun here.
Wow.
Gabby Matamoros goes up and It's a flat-footed block. It was a little head fake, and she didn't get off her feet and reaches up and gets the block, and Waupun gets it back. The Ulsma with it. A pass across the court over to Cale Peterson. Up to 27 computers logged on to our ball game here at Watertown. Don't forget to join us tomorrow at 4 o'clock for that McQuantico game against Waupun. If you can't get to a computer, you just listen to us. Just have a radio handy or at work or in a car.
In your car.
Yeah, that's the place to be able to listen to us there, too.
4 o'clock, people will be driving home from work. Tune in.
Yeah, nice pass inside over to Matamora. Guys fine there by Abby Alsma. Shake and bake out on. Yeah, nice pass inside over to Matamora. Guys. 51-33 Waupun, just over a minute to play in the ball game here at Watertown. Not a bad drive over here, about 40 minutes. Most of it up Highway 26 and a beautiful high school. We're getting to witness this game in. Something to be proud of, and it still looks very good. It's been around for a while. Shot inside of the top of Peterson. And Wire gets it and gets it right back inside, puts it up, and she's going to get fouled. No,
stepped out of bounds.
Stepped out of bounds,
yeah.
Okay. Shot inside of the top of Peterson. And Wire gets it and gets it right back inside, puts it up, and she's going to get McQuantico in the game, 1 in the first and 3 here in the second. Wapun's going to come away with a victory, but they're going to know they were in a game, and hopefully these girls will get a good rest here tonight. A lot of them red-faced, and definitely you can see some of them, the ones that may have been the ones that were sick last week. Be some big games coming up for Waupun. Of course, you got this one, and they've got, looking at some of their games in the future, to take on Kewaskum. Kewaskum hasn't lost in conference play yet, and that'll be a big game coming up on the 7th of January. Then you got New Berlin West. Last I saw in D2, they're number 7 ranked team in the state in D2. So that'll be a good contest for them at New Berlin West. I'm looking forward to that first meeting that they're going to have against Kewaskum, see exactly how good a team the Indians are this year.
Yeah, especially if it's over there. It's always a tough, open-ended gym to play in. Tough shooting gym. See if Waupun's up for that challenge.
Down to 13 seconds left. 51-33 Waupun. 10 seconds left in the ball game. The Bears just kind of backing off and letting Waupun just run the clock down right now. Just not letting them go in and try to do any scoring anymore in the ball game. And that is it. Waupun wins 51-33 over the Bonduel Bears. Bears nothing to hang your head on in this ball game. Did a great job defensively against Waupun. And Randy and I will be back and talk about the game in just a few minutes. This is Waupun Lady Warrior Basketball on RadioPlusInfo.com.
Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Merry week, Andy, to everybody out there this week.
It's Christmas week, and it's a Christmas week of chaos here at the Other Bar like everywhere else. We got some change in the hours this week. Christmas Eve will be open from 11 o'clock until 5 p.m. with no fish all day long. Saturday, we're opening at 3 o'clock for the Packer game.
And get some holiday cheer for Christmas Eve during the day and Christmas Day, too.
Absolutely. We've got everything going on, normal specials during the week, as we do always, with the exception of Friday, like I said. We've got plenty of beer on tap, plenty of beer in the cooler, and everything's ready to go.
What about New Year's Eve, New Year's Day? Can you explain that for us?
New Year's Eve, we're going to do fish all day long like normal. We're going to be open from 11 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. And then New Year's Day will be business as normal.
Very good. Andy with us here at the Other Bar, Main Street, Waupun. Swing on by for some soups and some hot plate specials, some pizza. Going to be a lot of fun this week.
Yep, we've got all the specials running daily on the board. While supplies last, they change daily along with the soups. So normally we have chili on tap pretty much nonstop.
Andy, thank you. Have a great week.
Merry Christmas. Have a good week.
One of the neatest projects and programs that we have that I truly believe in is our 5 cents for the future program. Every time a customer swipes their Bristol Morgan Bank debit card, we donate 5 cents to our scholarship fund, which is administered by the Fond du Lac Area Foundation. And we provide scholarships for local students that are going to 2-year, 4-year school. We're there for up to a 4-year renewable scholarship.
Bristol Morgan Bank. Locations in Oakfield, Fond du Lac, Brandon, and Van Dyne. Log on, bristolmorganbank.com.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life.
Hi, my name is Les. I've suffered with a bad right knee for 30 years or 40 years. Actually had a knee replacement scheduled, and I looked into this, and it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. My knee now, 3 months later, is almost like new. I can run up and down stairs. I can sit at a gym watching a basketball game. I'm really, really happy and pleased with the results. I plan on strongly recommending this to, and I have been recommending this to friends and family who have had joint issues, shoulders, backs, and knees.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
We are back at Watertown High School. Steve Winterhack along with Randy Armgren. Waupun comes up with a 51-33 victory. They had to fight for every point they had against a very good defensive team with the Bears of Bonduel.
Yeah, and credit Bonduel. I think they played hard. They played well. They really only had one girl that was even close to double figures, and that was Robadic, and she played extremely well today. So gave Waupun, a little bit of mixed up defenses, triangle and two, maybe a little box and one at times, switched it up, a little bit of man, but it gave some confusion to Waupun, and as you said, maybe a good thing for them to see that here. And we sound like we're disappointed, and Waupun still goes away with a near 20-point win.
Lowest output of the season.
Yeah,
Their lowest was 68 before, and now they got 51. But that's going to be definitely a film that everybody's going to want to see. They're going to go on the internet. They're going to go, I want to see that one against Bonduel when they only had 51 points, and how they did that against Waupun. And I think it was a mixture of a pretty good defensive plan here against them, but I think there's some girls still a little winded from some of the illnesses that Waupun had last week, where they had to cancel that game against Sussex Hamilton. A few girls really dragging their feet out there, but Bears, nothing to be disappointed about in that. They executed a plan, and I think it worked as good as it possibly could against Waupun.
Yeah, credit Bears for a good game plan, and Waupun maybe a little bit flat tonight for whatever reasons, and they still come out with a nice victory.
So, Randy, why don't you take a look at the point totals in the first half?
Yeah, again for Bonduel, Elena Robadic was 7. Robadic, okay. Robadic was 17. Heschke with 3. Thompson with 2. Hertzfeld with 5. Zernicki with 4. And Hoffman with 2. I can get that name right, Hoffman. That's a familiar name.
Very familiar name in Waupun, yeah.
Lydia Alsma with 9. She had a 1 made three-pointer and 3 field goals. Abby Alsma with 13. She had 2 field goals, 3 made three-pointers. Celia Tooney with 2 points. Gabby Matamoros ended the night with 11. She had 9 of those in the second half, and I think Coach Alsma wanted more out of her tonight, and I kind of got that. She was 1 of 2 from the free throw line, the only 2 free throws shot by Waupun tonight. Gracie Gopalan ended with 9, 7 of those in the first half with a made three-pointer. Kale Peterson ended the night with 7 points. She had 7 at halftime. She had 7, I think, in the first maybe 7 or 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Did not score again. Didn't really look to score a whole lot. And we're speculating, but maybe not 100% healthy. And she also had 1 made three-pointer. So Waupun, only 2 free throws taken tonight, made 1 by Matamoros.
Yeah, so interesting ball game here for Waupun. Like you said, we sound a little disappointed. We're really not. The Waupun's a great team, and every team's going to bring their best out against you whenever you play against the Lady Warriors. But
we're spoiled. That's what we are.
Yeah, we are very spoiled. 51-33. We had 18-point win, and you're like, oh yeah, so they look a little winded out there. And,
didn't play well.
No, they're a great team, and they've got high standards for themselves. They've already reached the 100 mark, the first ball game of the season, and we'll see how they do against McGuanago, which I was seeing them play. I don't think they're going to have the resistance that they just saw from Bonduel, but they were watching the ball game. I saw some of their players and the coaches that go, hey, maybe we can do that thing too that kept them to 51, and trying to figure out how to attack them offensively tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, good luck with doing that on the fly. I've tried that already. And you need a little time to prepare for those types of defenses. You don't just say, well, let's think about it. We'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, you can try it, but it usually doesn't go well.
Well, Waupun's right back in action here in Watertown coming up tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We'll be right back here in this gym, and they'll be taking on McQuantico, another team that I don't think I've called, except for maybe volleyball in the past a few times. But other than that, this will be an unusual opponent for them, and I don't think they're having the greatest season. They didn't look good in the game beforehand, so they may have seen the toughest competitor they're going to see in this tournament. But we'll see what happens tomorrow and see if the girls get a good rest tonight. Like I said, a few of them, I think, still trying to get all the way healthy yet after having to call the game off last week Thursday. But still a nice victory. Waupun stays undefeated. They're 10-0 on the season and take on McGuanago tomorrow. That's about it, Randy. That's all we have to say about that. Thanks to Jeff Sauer for another excellent job with his video streaming here. Love traveling with Jeff over here and doing games and being able to bring that to you back in your homes, on your computers at home or on your phone, whichever way you want to watch it. But again, Waupun winning by a score of 51-33 over the Bonduel Bears. Join us tomorrow at 4 o'clock for their game against McGuanago. You can watch it and listen to it right here on RadioPlusInfo.com. Have a great night.
Make an impact within your community with Marian University's Bachelor of Social Work program. Experience direct client contact from your very first course, taught by faculty with years of field experience. Apply to Marian University today. Explore the mind and expand yours. With Marian University's Psychology Bachelor's program, experience exciting classes, professional conferences, field placements, and a 93% job placement rate. Apply to Marian University today.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem.
My name's Gary. I had arthritis really bad in my right knee over 3 months ago. Couldn't really do anything, couldn't do stairs, just simple stuff. And now I can do things I couldn't do before. I can climb stairs, walk, anything. My spine's better. And my personal opinion is you're a fool not to get this done.
Hi, my name is Joni. I came here because I needed a new knee, but I didn't want to go through all that surgery and everything. I'm very pleased with it. And the reason I did it because I couldn't go up and down stairs very well. I couldn't work too long hours and had a hard time getting in and out of the car. I had to lift my knee up. And now I can do all those things. And I have no pain, and I would recommend it to everyone, and I have.
Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.